And
Hello?
hello, you don't sound like a Silas to me.
Oh, this is Ale.
Oh, okay, Ale.
From earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, you're asking if I've called before?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. There was a guy from Chicago who called like 2 weeks in a row under different names. It's not you. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm a girl.
Okay, I can tell. I do have that much
good.
perception.
Right. All right, good. That's promising. Cool. Well, yeah, I had a couple questions. So for me, I did want to ask first, like before my main question is, I am a believer in God, so I am curious to know, first, do atheists generally believe in the Big Bang Theory?
I try to avoid words like believe in, but yeah, I
Okay.
accept it as the most well-established scientific theory.
It's hard for us to speak for atheists in general. An atheist just doesn't believe in a God. It doesn't tell you anything about what you believe about cosmology or accept about cosmology. So, you know, my sense is that a lot of atheists are also believers in the scientific method and would probably accept the Big Bang Theory as the best explanation, but there's are people who don't.
Right. So we're not spokesmen for everybody, but I think the kind of atheists we hang out with almost generally accept the Big Bang as the prevailing theory.
Okay. So then, off of that, then, like, how do atheists explain, since, like, the Big Bang Theory is technically purely a physical event, how can atheists explain, or how do they explain, like, the invisible realm when it comes to, you know, quantum physics, thought, emotion, anything that's invisible, but still direct, you know, the physical world?
It's a little vague what you mean by invisible realm, because while quantum mechanics is incredibly weird, and it is, I mean, lots of physicists have commented on how unexpected a lot of the findings are, it is still basically the underlying principle that makes up the physical world we have. So I think if you were to talk to a physicist, and I want you to bear in mind that I'm a software engineer and John is
Software engineer.
also a software engineer who also works on plays on the side, that we aren't physical scientists, and you ought to check in with some of them if you want detailed answers to this sort of thing. But when it comes to quantum mechanics, you wouldn't find many mainstream scientists making the case that quantum mechanics is like a separate realm or a different entity from the physical world that we study with science.
Definitely. Yeah. No, I definitely don't think they're separate. Yeah. I mean, thoughts and emotions too. I mean, how are those explained when it comes to, like, the invisible realm as well?
Well, see, there's this whole branch of biology called neuroscience, basically, where people study chemical processes in the brain, and the emotions that people have are generally emergent patterns in the electrical activity that takes place in the brain. Being a couple of software guys, like, one of my favorite ways to explain this is that the processes by which a computer runs are very well known and understood by some people. I mean, not necessarily me even, because I'm not a hardware guy, but I do know that even though when I fire up a game of World of Warcraft or something, it seems like black magic that's making characters appear on my screen and talk to me, all that is done, all that is the end result of very explainable physical processes as well.
Okay, interesting. So thoughts and emotions to atheists are physical things then?
They're emergent from physical things, although I don't think you would necessarily just say thoughts and emotions are physical and leave it as that, at that, because there's a difference between patterns and actual physical objects. Like, for instance, I've got my tablet here where I'm currently rereading the fourth Game of Thrones, the fourth book in the Song of Ice and Fire series, Feast for Crows. And I've also listened to an audio version of that where a guy was speaking it, and I've also held a physical copy of the paper in my hands. But A Feast for Crows is actually the pattern of thoughts and ideas that were put into, that were written down by George R.R. Martin. And you wouldn't say that, you know, this physical book or this tablet is the story. You see what I'm saying?
Sure, sure.
So
Okay.
thoughts and emotions are like that. Like they come from physical properties, but they're more accurately described as patterns out of that.
Okay. So you can do like scientific experiments on thoughts and emotions then? And
You
kind of-
can, yeah. That's what psychology is all about.
Yeah, sure, sure.
John,
Okay.
do you want to add anything?
Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. We're not neuroscientists, but I view the brain as a physical object with chemicals going through it, and our thoughts and emotions are a byproduct of that. And I hate to reduce it to just that, but
Yeah.
I liked Russell's description of it being not the physical, but the process, I guess, as being what it is, and it can take many forms.
Sure. Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good day.
You too.
You too.